See you, buddy. Let me know if you need anything. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, I'm just going to phone, but I'll log in or I'll go to the webinar.
Okay, I'll try to swear online for you. I'll try to swear online for you.
Please don't do that.
Fuck yeah.
Who are you interviewing?
Oh, I'm unmuted right now.
Who are you interviewing?
I'm just joking, buddy. No one. Welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. Although I know for some of you it is Saturday. You're here nice and early. We're seeing representation, from all four corners of the planet again. So a very special welcome to all of you. Now, if you're here as a guest for the very first time, welcome to you. Thanks for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us. We're going to keep this action-packed. We're going to keep this nice and tight and make sure that there's plenty to deliver, plenty of value. If you are here for the first time, one of the things I can tell you is that you will have all the information that you need, A, to understand exactly how CFX is doing what they're doing, and B, to know whether this is something that you definitely want to be participating in or not. And that's all that we can promise, is complete disclosure of the details, and then you're going to decide what's most appropriate for you in your life. One of the reasons that we're having so many of these live Zoom presentations right now, not only from the corporate side, but also from the teams that cover the globe with the CFX family. And there are a number of those presentations. Some are happening right now at the same time that this one. Some are just finishing up. And many of you are joining us from a presentation you listened to in Europe. Of course, the top builders in the platform, Justin and Luigi, are regularly hosting presentations where they're giving BTC away and CFX trade packages away, and they're getting more than 500 people on a call. So what we've seen happen over the last 90 days is about 20,000 new people join CFX. Now that's a substantial number, but we also know that there's reasons for that. And with COVID absolutely hammering every country every continent around the world, it's caused a great deal of disruption. Many of you are uncertain if your employer is still going to need you when those businesses open again. We're just starting to see the beginning of the economic damage that's coming from having retail businesses locked out for 60 and 90 and 120 days, depending on what country that you live in. And so, as an answer, at least a partial solution to that, we've made sure that we've really ramped up our presentations. And as a result, we're getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people every single day exposed to this information. Now, the sentence at the bottom of the screen says success in the global Forex market is only a few mouse clicks away. And while that is absolutely true, and we're going to show you how that's absolutely true, rest assured, to make that statement true, there's a great deal of time, of money, and of expertise that have gone in behind the scenes to facilitate this product generation. Before we dive into the details, though, what I would like to do is employ our members during the course of the conversation. We are going to make sure that our members are participating for the benefit of our guests in a couple of different places during the course of this presentation. And I'll let you know when we're looking for some feedback from our members. So for those of you who are members of the CFX family and who are already profiting from this platform, can you do us a favor? Can you just type either profit or yes into the chat right now? So those members that are guests looking at the chat, they can see how many of you are already participating and how many of you are already benefiting financially. The other thing, for those of you who are members, I've got a new video I'm going to play for you right now. It's only 90 seconds long. Many of you have been aware of the fact that CFX successfromhome.com has gone live. And I promised you not long ago that we were going to launch a second page on that site, which is the CFX Accelerator. And the video that you're about to watch right now is the lead up, the very first video on the top of that page. It's only 90 seconds long, as I just mentioned, but it's just to set the tone for what we're going to talk about on that page to assist you in sharing CFX with others.
This year, we are seeing the dream of financial freedom being pushed further and further away for millions of people. Record business closures and massive global layoffs are pushing people's budgets to the breaking point and having a dramatic effect on their quality of life. Many people are being forced to survive on credit, paying today's bills with tomorrow's wages. This is a guaranteed path to financial disaster. Are you currently enjoying the lifestyle that you're working so hard to achieve? In contrast to these statistics, the wealthiest of our populations increase their net worth year after year, and they're able to accelerate their wealth during economic downturns. How is this possible? Financially experienced people put wealth-building principles to work for them, rather than trading their time for a wage. In the following video, we'll introduce you to two of these powerful principles and show you how you can get them working for you right away. At CFX, we believe the opportunity to create financial abundance is the right of every person. A better life can begin now. Start your journey with us today. It will be the most empowering change you've ever made.
So while that's a fairly serious and sombering theme, there are also some silver linings in that message, some very important silver linings. And of course, the idea of having your job taken away or being downsized because of some of the challenges that COVID is starting to cause to so many industries, so many businesses, while that's a horrible thing and can create a great deal of stress and anxiety. And I'm going to certainly implore our members during the course of this presentation to take the seriousness of their business building to the next level. Because there are many people around you that are not telling you that they're nervous. They're not telling you that they're having a tough time sleeping at night, but they are. And we have a responsibility, once we've found something that's working for us, to share it with others. So we're going to talk about those things during the course of the presentation. But the silver lining I'm referring to very simply is that video refers to the trap of retail, the trap of the industrial working complex, so to speak, where we're trading units of time for units of money. And one of the things that we're going to show you if you're here for the first time is how you have the opportunity to learn how to leverage yourself in perhaps a way you've never done before. And while that may sound slightly complex, by the time we get to this end of the presentation, I think this may be a real eye-opener for you as to the different ways that you perhaps can profit from this platform. So onto the slide in front of us. First of all, CFX, its footprint lies firmly in two different industries, very substantial industries. And one of them, of course, is the e-learning industry. Many of you have started to see Zoom and other live video share broadcast technologies spread all over the place, especially during COVID, as children are forced to stay home from school and seek their education from their tablets and their laptops. But not only that, business people, business owners and employees from all different sectors are also staying home and doing their work at home as well. And so this is creating a dramatic attention that's being shed on the e-learning industry and the technology that goes with it. One thing that I think is important to understand, if you take a look at the very last bullet point, requires 40 to 60% less learning time than in a classroom. Now, for some of you who are parents, this may be a very pleasant surprise. I suspect a lot of people thought when the disruption to schools was happening that it was going to be nothing but bad. But if that statistic is actually holding true for you, perhaps this also could be a real enlightening moment of opportunity. Now, on the other side of the screen, we're talking about the global Forex market. The global Forex market is the largest, most liquid market in the world. And you can see from the statistics, the trillions versus billions of dollars. This is a staggeringly large financial market. And so there's a reason why we focus exclusively on Forex. When we talk about 20,000 new members in the last 90 days, that's very significant growth. So one needs to ask the question, well, could a company sustain that type of growth? Could a company continue to service that many people and make money for that many people? And when it comes to the Forex market, the answer is a resounding yes. Absolutely, they can. And that's one of the reasons this is the market we're participating in. Now, if you're here for the first time, you don't have a lot of experience in the Forex market, I'm going to play a very short 2-minute tutorial for you. Just a little bit of a crash course.
The foreign exchange market, or Forex for short, is a global, decentralized, over-the-counter market for the trading of currencies. This market determines foreign exchange rates for every currency. It includes all aspects of buying, selling, and exchanging currencies at current or determined prices. You have probably already participated in the Forex market. If you've ever traveled to another country, you would have exchanged some of your own country's currency for the currency of the country you're going to visit. If you didn't spend all your exchanged currency and deposit it into your bank account when you returned home, and that currency went up in value during your vacation, you would have received more of your home currency for your exchange currency when you deposited your excess foreign currency into your bank. This is also how you make money in the global Forex market. There are plenty of ways to invest your money. Lots of people purchase stocks or bonds. The Forex market has several advantages over the stock and bond market. Stock and bond markets frequently have bull periods and bear periods. A bull period is identified when just about everything in the market is going up. A bear period is identified when just about everything in the market is going down. While it's easy to make money in a bull market, it's much harder for a trader to make money in a bear market when prices are falling day after day. In Forex, there never really is a bear market or a bull market, since each trade consists of buying one currency while selling another. The market never really goes up or down as a whole. One currency going down naturally means the other counter currency is going up. All that matters is the currency you're interested in is either going up or down. Secondly, the Forex market in general is a level playing field. There are no mergers or acquisitions or inside trading to make the market move unexpectedly. The Forex market is the biggest market in the world, with over $5 trillion a day traded. So no one entity is ever big enough to control a market of that size. The market trades 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's 124 hours of continuous trading time available to you. You can start trading at 9 a.m. Monday morning in Sydney, Australia, and wrap up your trading on Friday at 5 p.m. in New York. So the market is ready and waiting for you anytime you want to trade. And because the market is so big, odds are you'll never be stuck in a trade. If you want to get out of a position, you can almost always find someone to buy or sell with. Trades are executed within seconds. Central banks and the global banking industry, governments, financial institutions, multinational corporations, and about 90 million home-based retail trading enthusiasts all trade in the global Forex market.
So that gives you a few bullets that are key to understanding the Forex market. One of the things that's fantastic, of course, about the platform that we're discussing, CFX, is that you do not need to be skilled in the global Forex market, which is a wonderful thing, because if you have a look at the photograph on the right-hand side of the slide, I have friends that trade. Maybe many of you have friends that trade. And I know how many hours, countless hours, hours and hours and hours, studying charts, looking at their indicators, and assessing as to whether now is the right time for them to make their trade. With this particular platform, you have a look at our purpose. Our purpose was very, very clear from the very beginning. And that is that the owners of CFX wanted to create a platform that somebody with limited or no experience could actually run from their smartphone or tablet. That was the objective. And as I said before, that's why so much money and so much development has had to happen behind the scenes, because all of the manual adjustments, all of the manual trading, all of the time and execution required for the average trader is all being done. It's just being done behind the scenes for you. The positioning is very clear, and that is we have live professional traders and technology that's proprietary, which means that we're not white labeling anything. We're not buying anything from a third party. When we buy from third parties, and there's nothing wrong with that, you just are not in complete control. And so with the very, very tight restrictions with which CFX is operating for the security of its members and longevity of its trading future, they wanted to be in complete control of all trading activity and all trade technology. So on to a little bit about the founders of the company. Many of you have had pardon me, have had an opportunity to meet Waskar or Edwin, or you've had an opportunity perhaps to meet one of the partners, consulting company partners in CFX, Ron Pope. Well, these gentlemen are sometimes refer to them as serial entrepreneurs. So they've been massively successful in business for many years now. And that's critically important when you're selecting a platform and you're doing your own due diligence as to whether you want to participate in a particular platform or not. One of the things that I would certainly advise and recommend to any of my friends that are looking at a project is make sure you're aligning yourself with a corporate staff, A, that's public, that's exposed, and B, this is not their first success. They're not looking for their first success, and you're participating in their first success. They need to be extremely well capitalized. They need to have very deep pockets, and they certainly need to make sure that they have been successful in the past. And the only reason is a simple one. We know statistically that 85% of retail businesses fail in their first 5 years. And then of the 15% of survivors, we know that 85% of them fail in the next 5 years. Well, the same can be said in any industry. Business is not easy. And so the more experience you have, the far better you are at managing various challenges as they surface. But to assist Waskar and Edwin in managing challenges, of course, is a very substantial team of experts behind them. Not only a team of experts in the trading space and the development of the technology, but a team of experts in building out back offices, programmers, the coders, the developers, everyone on the tech side. And in addition to that, the graphics teams and the support staff, et cetera. And this is why I mentioned deep pockets. If you are waiting for a company to start to launch and then add all of this staff through profits as the company started moving, well, you would certainly not see a team of 50, 60, and 70 in the first 12 months of operation. You typically see a team of 5, 6, or 7. So that's why I mentioned being very well capitalized is a huge strategic advantage for any member. So location. First of all, you're looking at screenshots. These are actual artist renditions of the office in Panama. CFX, as a commitment to us and a commitment to themselves long-term, actually purchased the 9th floor of the RBS Tower. Now, first participation I would like from our members in the audience. If you have flown down to Panama, had a chance to meet Waskar Edwin, and have toured these offices, please let us know in the chat. Okay, let us know if you've had a chance to go down and view these facilities. Now, we have a ribbon cutting ceremony that's going to be happening very, very soon. And once that ribbon cutting ceremony happens, these will be facilities that will be an open door policy for all of you. Anyone that wants to come and tour these offices, meet the principals, meet the staff, you're going to have the opportunity to do exactly that. If you have a look at the largest photograph, the one on the bottom, and you were to walk past the wall of monitors on the right-hand side and look out the windows, the floor-to-ceiling windows, if you were to look to your left, you would see the coastline of right downtown Panama, and you'll see the skyscrapers running right up to the beach area. If you were to look to your right, far enough down, you'll actually see the canal, the Panama Canal. So there is a very strategic location. This was selected to service, and the reason the whole floor was purchased is simply because all of the divisions of the company will then be able to be operating out of one location, one roof. So this is the slide typically that gets most of our members excited, has most of our guests curious. This is really where the company shines in contrast to other companies that may be doing or offering similar services. And I'll give you just a little bit of a hint. We've talked about it already. Everything is proprietary. If you take a look at the paragraph on the right-hand side of the screen, the last line says our team of professionals have extensive experience in both Forex trading and EA design and management. And that really says everything that you need to know. And that is, not only has CFX designed their EAs and been running their EAs for a prolonged period of time, but every single day, they're analyzing the winners, they're analyzing the losers, and they're making adjustments. I remember I had an opportunity, for those of you who have heard of Dennis Waitley. Dennis Waitley is quite a famous, inspirational, motivational, business-oriented author. Dennis Waitley was also part of, was a pilot in the U.S. military, and he's worked with NASA and professional athletes, et cetera. He is a top-selling author, and I had an opportunity to speak with him at an event once, and we had dinner after the event. And one of the things in a book of his that I wrote that was quite fascinating, or read that was quite fascinating, when he was working with NASA, he said that the NASA launches, the rocket launches, he said more than 96% of the time when a rocket is launched on its way to its destination, it's off target. More than 96% of the time, it's off target. And they're always analyzing what's working, what isn't working, making micro adjustments so they end up landing exactly or getting exactly where they need to get on a dime. And that's essentially a great analogy to use when it comes to the trading software. If you're always in a constant state of analysis, then you can be on top of market conditions that are changing, because market conditions always change. And so if you're designing a piece of software that's written for market condition X, and we transition to market condition Y, how is your software going to perform? Probably horribly. It'll probably lose money for you. And so that's the challenge with buying a software piece from somebody else. You do not have that assurance that you can manage it the way it wants to be managed, because you don't own that company. You don't own that software. Very simple. Now, we also, by the way, have the EA that's making money for our members right now, was making money for the executives and the owners of the company for more than a year before CFX launched. So this was not something that was hastily thrown together and rushed to market. This is something that was proven successful for more than a year before CFX existed and started taking their very first users. Very important. If you have a look at the bottom of the screen, Web TV was something that was designed very simply so that all of you could watch live trades in action and see how the software is actually performing. And you can go log into your Web TV from the resources section of your back office, and you can click any of the currency pairs and watch. In this case, you can see the green and yellow candlesticks for the Euro Australian dollar trade. All right, time for a short 30-second video. So the CFX Academy, while it may not seem it right now, in the long term, The CFX Academy is going to be just as important as the technology, the trade technology that we were just discussing a moment ago. The reason why is essentially that Waskar, Edwin, and the rest of the corporate team, the long-term intention for CFX is to be full service Forex for all groups. That's not just the group that wants to use a fully automated trading technology, but also the groups that want to do some trading on their own, or the even smaller group that wants to do full manual trading with proper guidance and support. And so as a full service platform is the long-term plans for CFX, the Academy plays a critical role in facilitating that for all the members. You can see this is broken down into 3 separate series, while the top is the Elemental series, and then the Advanced Professional series and the Supreme series. And you can see a definition or a description rather of how each of these series will further pull you along your education in the Forex market. This will be broken up into many, many different modules, and I'll show you those modules on the next 3 slides. But this is going to give you an opportunity to walk with professionals hand in hand, especially when you get into the Supreme series, because you're going to have an opportunity for one-on-one coaching as well as you're really starting to discover what's required to become a master in the Forex market. So we have what we call trading packages. Now, there are 15 different trading packages on what we call the trade package ladder. So the ladder starts with the very first rung at a $300 trade package. All of these numbers are in US dollars, $300, $500, 1,000, etc. Now, this was the Elemental series, which was that first series. So it's important you understand moving through each one of these series, or each one of these trade packages rather, is going to unlock another section of the Academy. And that's why in the print next to each one of the package icons, the circles, you'll see some writing. If you look, for example, at a 1K package, the red package, it says Academy Pack 300. What does that mean? Well, that means to unlock the 1K curriculum for the online university, $300 is what is going to take. But that's not only going to unlock the 1K curriculum, it's also going to unlock the $500 and the $300. So what that means, it's a cumulative, and you can start anywhere you want to on the trade package ladder. You can start at 300, you could start at 3,000, or you could start in the advanced series if you want to, the next 5 levels starting from $500 to $20,000. And if you take a look at the text to the right, it's exactly the same. 30% of the value of any one of those trading packages is what's going to unlock that curriculum and every piece of curriculum that precedes it. If you look at the second line, trade pool deposit, that's the balance, the money remaining, and that's going to work for you in the global Forex market. So 30% is a product sale. 70% is going to go to work for you in the Forex market. And then when you hit the Supreme series, $30,000 is the last 5 rungs of the ladder, up to $100,000. Now, what I would like you to do, those of you who are members, for the benefit of our guests, please let them know where you started in the trade package ladder, how long ago, and where you are currently. And this will help give the guests a sense of what's possible over what intervals of time in moving through this trade package ladder. I will tell those of you who are guests, it is the intention and a deliberate design of this platform that regardless of where you start, for your end result, your end destination to be at a $100,000 trade package. The goal for the company and the architects of the platform is for every single member to be at a $100,000 trade package. And I know there's a number of you in the call right now that are on $100,000 trade packages. Many of the people that I share this platform with started at $300, $500, $1,000, and they're at $30, $50, $70, and $100,000. So it's a journey, it's a progressive journey, and it takes you as long as it's going to take you. But you certainly have some say as to how long it takes you. So thank you very much. I'll have a quick look at the chat here. Thanks very much, members, for sharing that with our guests. Greatly appreciate it. So this brings us to a transition point. Now, what we've talked about so far is the principles behind the company, the origins or purpose for creating the company, the technology that they've developed and have launched, the results that members are getting, how you move through the trade package ladder. So it's been very product focused. The second half of this presentation, which actually is only about 10 minutes, so it's the shorter of the 2 halves, is going to focus on another way to earn with this platform. Now, this is optional. So everybody can make trading gains, and we're going to show you how you make trading gains in just a moment. But I'm also going to share something else with you as well. So let's break down and define these terms. So trading gains using the automated technology, something called Bear Capital, BEAR. It's a term that we use for any trading profits for any of our members that are essentially customers. Customers get in, they purchase a trade package, they gain access to the academy or the university, and the 70% remaining is going to work for them in the Forex market, and that's going to what's going to earn them Bear Capital. Now, some of you are going to choose to share the platform with others. And as soon as you share the platform with one friend, you are opening yourself up to the possibility of Bull Capital. And in both of these cases, you have the opportunity to earn 2 times or 200% the value of whichever trade package you happen to be using. So if you're using a $1,000 trade package, 2 times would be $2,000 in both the Bull and another $2,000 in the Bear. And when that happens, that gives you some options. So let's have a look at those options right now. Let's break down a $1,000 trade package. First of all, Bear Capital, as we just discussed, is money that you'll earn through trading gains. That's 70% of the value of any trade package, in this case, $700, and you will see daily trading gains accumulate until you ultimately reach 200% of your starting position, not of the trade pool deposit, but of your starting position. Now, why is that important? Well, because many people that are customers are also going to be contributing to the sharing model, the rewards plan of the company. And so if you're a customer and you have 30% of your starting capital going to a company's rewards plan, you may not be thrilled about that because your focus is all trading. That's all you care about. Here's the thing that's important for you to understand. The company is not penalizing you for contributing to the company's rewards plan, because the 200% that you're going to make is on the full trade package price, $1,000. So you're not being penalized at all. Now, on the Bull Capital side, this is where you start to gain access by sharing or recommending to at least one other person. One of the things I will tell you right now, there are many, many, many thousands of people that have gotten involved in CFX initially with the intention of kicking the tires on this and doing nothing other than watching trade gains accumulate in their back office. And I've seen so many cases where thousands of those people, which had no intention or who had no intention of sharing the platform with others, changed their mind mid-process and actually started recommending it to others. And this is going to gain them access to what we call Bull Capital. So this is where that 30% that everybody contributes, because it's an actual product purchase, this is where that 30% can go to work for you, okay? So first of all, you're going to notice 50% and 50% of the Academy package value. That's 100%. For those of you who have an experience in the past, any kind of home-based business, what you're looking at here is not a typo. The company is actually giving 100% of the money that comes into them from their product purchase back out to you, back out to the membership. Even though they're spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars hiring teams of expert traders and graphic artists to build out this full, robust university, they're covering all those things themselves, and 100% of the product sale is going to you. And this is going to eventually accumulate to 2 times the value or 200% of whatever trade package that you happen to be using. Okay? 100% payout in the rewards plan. Very important. Now, we're going to shift gears. Before we talk about those 2 bonuses in a little bit more detail, let's just talk about trade results. I get many people that ask me, listen, if their trade technology is so amazing, why go to all the work to launch a company? Why not just get their friends and family to pool some money together and make the money in the Forex market and skip all the work of building a platform for thousands of people? Well, I mean, that may be what some people would have chosen to do, but Waskar and Edwin, they had told us from the very beginning of the focus and determination that they had to launch an automated platform for the benefit of everybody, not just for the benefit of their family. Now, rest assured, the company is making money. They're not martyrs. They're very intuitive, intelligent business people. They just wanted to make sure that more people benefited than just themselves. So what happens in every single trading day is every winner and every loser, and of course there are always winners and losers. If anyone tells you they're trading the market and only has winners, You probably want to steer clear of whatever it is they're doing. So winners and losers are added together. And then CFX takes a trading fee right off the top of that total. So the company is also being rewarded as well. And then everything remaining is being dispersed to the members. And it's very important that you understand that if you're trading a $300 trade package, or if you're trading a $30,000 trade package, if it was a 1.35% trading day, everybody benefits from 1.35%. You don't see trading results skewed for larger results for bigger packages. That would be what we call a pay to play. And that is very, very unfair. And it's not a proper way to do business. Everybody receives the same trade result at the end of every business day. Now, you can see on the screen in front of you, there's a cap, 15% per week. That does not mean you're going to make 15% every week. What it means is you'll never make more than 15% in a single week. There's going to be capped. So if we had a phenomenal market conditions in a trading week and you hit 15% accumulated over 4 days, your fifth day, the Friday, you'd see zero gains. You've already hit the cap. Now, this, by the way, that is accelerating your, if we go back one slide, bear capital. Remember, trading gains are bear capital, 200% of the value of any trade package. On the bull capital side is when sharing takes place. So the first bonus of the two that we showed you during the breakdown, the bear bull breakdown slide with the $1,000 red trading pack, this is the first of those two bonuses. The reason it says 50% fast start is in the example we gave, a $1,000 trade package had $300 moving into, pardon me, let me turn that off. This is obviously someone who should be on the call, who isn't. Apologies, I'll just ignore it. So of the $300 that I showed you, you'll notice when that split in two sides, it was $150 and $150. That's 50% of the money that went into the academy. Very simple. And that's why you're seeing that 50%. So what's compelling and very interesting about this Fast Start bonus is this platform has no credit card fees. There's no monthly auto ship. So if you've ever been part of a trading platform in the past where you're paying $100 a month or $150 or $200 a month for signals or for access to a community, that does not exist here. Now, in my personal opinion, it's critically important that it does not exist. And I don't believe the monthly auto ship fits really well in Forex platforms. And the reason is simple. And especially now in the COVID era that we're in, where many people are protecting their capital because their futures are a little bit or a lot uncertain, the idea of being able to put a smaller amount to work for you and not have to worry about losing money or breaking even because you have a $200 auto ship to cover, that's critically important. And so that's the case here. Members can start at $300 or they can start at $500. They don't have to worry about putting thousands into a brokerage account because they need to make sure that they first cover their auto ship costs. Okay, so anyone can start anywhere with comfort. Critically important. But the other thing that's even more attractive about this bonus is, remember the trade package ladder that we talked about, the 15 different steps on the ladder. I've got friends that I recommended the platform to almost a year ago when pre-launch first started, and they got started for $300. And I earned a $45 Fast Start bonus. Remember, 90% is the product sale, and half of the $90 or 30%, so that's $90, and half of the 30%, which would be $45, half of 90 was a Fast Start bonus. I earned a $45 Fast Start bonus. But as those individuals moved through the trade package ladder, 500, 1,000, 2,000, etc., I continue to what? Earn a Fast Start bonus over and over and over. And the most recent Fast Start bonus I just earned from one of the friends that I had sponsored was a $15,000 Fast Start bonus because they just repurchased a $100,000 trading pack when they hit 200% and 200%. So not only are we getting a much larger compensation than we would from simply a $150 or $200 a month credit card charge from our members, but we're also seeing the benefit of the members and not having to deal with such charges. The Unilevel bonus works exactly the same way. So what you're going to see is money over and over and over is going to enter this Unilevel when anyone either joins the platform for the very first time or they upgrade, they take another step up the trade package ladder. Now you're looking at levels 1, 2, 3, 4 right now because those are all unlocked. These are all, it shows you 10% levels. So let's show you exactly how you make money here. We're going to use the same example of a $1,000 trade package. $1,000 trade package has $300 product purchase. $150 of the $300 goes to you as a fast start bonus, and $150 of the $300 goes into this bonus, which is the team bonus. So if that person that spent $1,000 in a trade package goes into levels 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's a 10% level. $150 went into the level, you're going to earn $15, 10%. If one of those people ended up on levels 5 or 6, once you're an executive, well, you would earn double that. You'd earn $30. It's a 20% level. And this is one of the reasons that we'll want to make sure that you move through these ranks and you further unlock not only all of levels 1 through 10 in the unilevel, but you also have an opportunity to start capitalizing on the global bonus, which is levels 11 to infinity. There's tremendous power in that. Imagine, for example, if I share this with 5 friends or 10 friends or 20 friends, it doesn't matter how many friends I share this with, they're all going to live on my level 1. Level 1 is where my personally referred friends are. Well, when they can't help themselves because they're seeing the trade results on their smartphone every day and they go have coffee with a friend and they share the platform, those people that join through my friend, my level 1 referrals, well, they become my level 2. And when my level 2 brings someone to the platform, those people become your level 3. And this is just going to continue to grow organically in any shape that it wants to based on who's sharing with whom. Very simple. But if you get to a level 11 beyond, and I know that many of you have people on your level 10, 12, 15, 20, rest assured you have an opportunity to benefit from all of that growth. And again, these bonuses are reoccurring because people are moving from 1,000 to 2,000 to 5,000 to 10,000. And guess what happens? There's another contribution to your fast start and to your unilevel. So this is accelerating the bull capital just like the fast start bonuses. Now, the last bonus we want to discuss is called the force matrix. And this is a very, very different bonus. What makes it so different is you can actually make money in this bonus even if you've never shared CFX with anybody. Now, that's a bit strange, but I'm going to show you how that's possible. Because the moment that you purchase a trade package, any trade package, you've now locked yourself into a position in the company's matrix. In fact, you've locked yourself into the position of the matrix of the person that recommended CFX to you. So you can see on level 1, there are 3 positions. In the matrix, there's only room for 3 positions. Remember, in the unilevel, you could sponsor 5, 10, 20, and they would all be on your level 1. Well, that's not possible in the matrix. It's a fixed structure. And that's why you see the numbers 3 by 10 after the matrix. It's describing the structure of the matrix to you. 3 wide, growing in increments of 3 by 10 levels deep. So 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, etc. And that's how the matrix grows. So what happens if you did share this with 5 friends? Where are those other 2 going to go? They're going to go wherever there's space available. So they're going to certainly go under someone else. We just don't know how far down. It really depends on how fast your matrix is growing. So that creates an opportunity for some people that position themselves in your business purely as customers who just want to make trading gains may actually end up with people dropped down below them inside the matrix. Now, how does this matrix make you money? First of all, let's talk about where the money comes from. So those first 2 bonuses, the fast start bonus and the unilevel bonus, you know where the product or the money comes from. It comes from a real product sale, and 100% of that product sale goes into those 2 bonuses, 50% in one and 50% in the other. This force matrix is paid from an entirely different source. Every single time anyone in the company does a withdrawal, a cash withdrawal, that withdrawal has a 20% fee. Now, that sounds like a very substantial fee, 20%. And it would absolutely be a substantial fee if it went to the corporation. But it doesn't. It goes to you. So this is critically important. So I want you to think of it this way. The owners, the architects of this platform wanted to make sure there was more earning opportunity for those of you who were sharing than just the 30% from the product sale. So they added an additional 20% on the back end. And all of that money is going to members. It's going to you in 3 different bonuses. It's going to you in what we call the matrix itself, half of it. 10% is going to a matching bonus, and the remaining 40% is going to leadership rank bonuses. We'll talk about those in about 2 or 3 minutes. So how does this matrix make you money? Take a look at the green numbers on the right-hand side. 333-5, 6, 10, 30, 20, 10, 10. Add them all together, 100%. So of every dollar that comes into the matrix, now you know how that dollar is broken down. So where do the dollars come from? Let's say that somebody on your level 5, remember level 5 has room for 243 people. Let's say someone on your level 5 does $1,000 withdrawal. $1,000 withdrawal, $200 in fees, 20%, and half of that, $100 is going into this matrix. So $1,000 withdrawals means $100 into the matrix. If level 5 is a 6% level, you're going to make $6 when anyone on your level 5 does a withdrawal for $1,000. If someone did a withdrawal on your level 7 for $1,000, that means $100 into the matrix. It's a 30% level. So that means you're going to earn $30 when one person does a $1,000 withdrawal. Well, what if all 2,000 people do a $1,000 withdrawal? And I'm using an example of a small withdrawal, $1,000. Many of you are doing withdrawals into the tens of thousands of dollars already. So $1,000 withdrawal by 2,000 people, what does that mean to you? Well, that's $60,000 that you would earn for that cycle, which is happening every couple of weeks just from your level 7 members doing withdrawals. So I want you to give a sense of how large over time this can become. My very first matrix earnings were pennies because there was very few people and they were withdrawing very small amounts. My very first withdrawal was only $100. But I've done 6-figure withdrawals now, just like many of you have. And so you can imagine the difference between a $100 withdrawal in the matrix contribution versus a 6-figure withdrawal. Very significant. And if it is the intention of every single one of you to eventually be on a $100,000 trade package, all of you are going to be doing consecutively larger and larger and larger withdrawals. And that's what is attracting so many people to this platform, because there is a separation between trading gains and product sales for the rewards plan, which is a legal requirement, not only in Canada and the US, but all around the world as well. That's a legal requirement. But the other thing that's critically important is we're dealing with a repeat product sale. So we have a fully sustainable fast start bonus, a fully sustainable unilevel bonus, and a fully sustainable forced matrix bonus. And all three are reoccurring and they grow over time. It's incredibly powerful. The more you understand about the rewards plan, the more excited you're going to be. The more you probably, if you started it as customer, might be leaning towards, maybe I could take a friend for coffee and recommend this. So matching bonus, just to wrap up very quickly. If you recommend to 1 friend, 10 friends, 100 friends, it doesn't matter. If you've earned a fast start bonus from them because you're the sponsor, you will also earn a 10% matching matrix. What does that mean? If they made $1,000 in the matrix, you'd make 100. If they made $10,000 on their matrix, you'd make 1,000. And that will match will happen for every single person that you have personally referred in the platform. Okay, just to quickly wrap up, leadership program. Leadership program is critically important. I know that many of you love this leadership program. Because moving through these ranks does, and unlocks your unilevel. Remember, executive, those 2 blue lines, 20% payout lines, executive unlocks those. Manager unlocks 5, 6, 7, and 8 for manager, 9 for director, 10 for president, and so on and so forth. How do we accomplish these rank advancements? Well, we'll focus on the executive. Executive is the first, and it's a very significant jump in pay. So first of all, 500 PVP, what does that mean? Personal volume points, it's a 2 to 1 dollar to point ratio. So we have $1,000 trade package minimum if you're going to be on executive. You need to refer to a minimum of 3 friends. And from those 3 friends down, organic growth in any shape, 25,000 group points over a 30-day period gets you to executive. And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you. Do me a favor, if you're an executive in CFX, let us know in the chat. So from there, hitting manager is simply a case of helping 2 people do what you've just done. 2 lines of lineage, 1 executive, a second executive, your manager. Hitting director, helping 2 people become manager. So it's simply progressive in nature. So let's dive into some of the rewards. Now remember, 50% of the withdrawal goes to the matrix, 10% matching matrix, 40% to leadership rank bonuses, just like this. So hundreds of you have received either a $900 iPad Air with the collapsible keyboard or you've decided to take 75% of that value and receive it in Bitcoin. And when you reach the rank of manager, and I know that some of you on this line, on this call, actually hit manager in 60 to 90 days of getting started in your business. 60 to 90 days. You're just getting your feet wet and you already hit a $10,000 bonus. So it's his or her Datejust Rolex, or again, you can make 75% of that value, $7,500 in BTC as well. Hitting the rank of director, and I know that there's more of you hitting rank of director all the time. Now, many of you are choosing to take the BTC here because a lot of your travel options are quite limited, but this is a $15,000 5-star trip anywhere in the world with a companion. And then hitting the rank of President's Club, so this is where the prizes become of the 4-wheeled variety. And this is also where you really start to notice the difference of receiving a prize that's paid in full. If you've ever been involved in a home-based business before and the owners of that home-based business wanted to create a little bit of excitement and create a car program. And so what they do when you hit a certain rank, and in many cases, they make it a low rank, so it's quite easy to hit. They'll start making a $500 or $1,000 or $1,500 contribution to a car for you, and you go and get that car, and it's a very exciting thing. But your business, if it backs off at all, that asset turned into a liability because you're the one stuck making the payments now. Not here. So when you hit this, this is actually paid for in full, and you get it at your own local economy, $100,000 towards anything in the Porsche family of vehicles. So if your business takes a temporary dip down to director, doesn't matter. This thing's sitting in your driveway and it's paid for already. Same thing with the Ambassador Prize, and exactly the same thing with the Global Ambassador Prize. And if you look at these things, you go, come on, how can anyone be hitting these things? Well, I know there's many, many people close to president, and I know that there are people in the company that are already getting very close to Lamborghini 30-day volume. So these things are happening. We're less than a year old. In 2 years, we're going to be officially 2 weeks, we'll be officially a year old from our pre-launch start time. So people will absolutely be hitting these volumes and hitting these volumes and these prizes en masse. So with that, I want to thank you all very much. Thank you for your time and attention. Thanks for being here. We had a wonderful turnout. Almost 300 people of you were here watching this presentation. And what I would encourage those of you to do who are guests, very simple. You just want to let the person know that sent you to this presentation one thing only, and that is whether you see yourself initially as a customer just benefiting from automated trading gains, or even though you don't have all the answers yet, whether you can see yourself wanting to recommend the platform and starting to take advantage of all that bull capital sitting there waiting for you as well. Simply let them know if you want to be a bear or a bull in getting started, and they'll help you move forward properly. So I want to thank all of you for your time. Thanks for your participation in the chat. And it's Friday. Have a fantastic weekend.